Welcome, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to session 6 of Viva Lost Vegas. Uh, Before we get started tonight, just wanted to remind everyone of the Chronicles of Darkness sale, or Onyx Path Publishing in general sale on Indie Press Revolution. If you like what you see for Changeling, it's 50% off there. So it's a good way to jump on in. So let's go ahead and dive on in, everybody. Today is July the 4th, 2021. It's been today is day 7. It's been a week since we've last seen our heroes. So what's everyone been up to in the past week?
We lost audio. Chat says we've lost audio.
Well then.
All right, can anybody hear me?
Jeff, Jeff, can you take a look at OBS?
It appears to be a problem with Jeff's microphone. So we'll come back around to Jeff momentarily.
Jeff, that is weird. Okay. Lex, go ahead.
Okay, so during my downtime, I did a lot of things. I decided the first day that we had to go check around our hollow to see what kind of like goblin fruits that I could find, and I actually came across two really interesting ones. One is a cogleaf, which is basically small leaves which are in the shape of cogs and they're shiny and metallic, and you can use them to replace parts in any basically mundane object. It's a universal replacement part for something that's broken. But the coolest part is if you use it to replace something, that item no longer really registers with people. It becomes someone else's problem, and they see it and they notice it, but they don't take notice of it. And the other is a liar's apple, which when you feed it to someone, they cannot tell the truth at all until the next sunrise. Like, absolutely impossible. So that's fun.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can anybody hear me in internet land? Anyways, Tibbs, if you wouldn't mind, while we're waiting to hear back from that one.
Yeah. Sorry, Lex, you were in the middle of explaining stuff, I believe?
Yeah, I was doing my day actions.
Sorry.
Go for it.
I went down to talk to Kurt, who's the freehold quartermaster, and I got a basic weapon on loan. Basically, I just got iron knuckles, brass knuckles, not iron. That would hurt. And then I went to check in with Lucerne, our little anglerfish friend. And she let me know that the mirror face changeling is currently in questioning, but they haven't been able to get much leeway figuring out who he is, etc., what he does, where, blah blah blah. His trial is set for sometime mid-July, and we're asked to attend if we can. And sometime in the meantime, they'd very much like our help cracking this guy. I did mention the Winter King to him, and Jack replied with, "Oh," and a series of emotions like crossed his face before he returned to like completely still. Um, and a ring on his left hand flashed when I said Will's name, so that's interesting. Um, and then I did something kind of dorky, but very in character for literally every character I've ever played. And I took crinkle balls and tuna sashimi, fresh tuna sashimi, down to feed the freehold cats. Um, yes, me, dorky, absolutely 100%. And I was ushered into the Grimalkin break room where the treats and toys were taken off of my hand rapidly. Um, After all of that good, wholesome fun, I went and broke some kneecaps to grab a couple of dots of chips on my next day. And then my final day, to round out a really great week, after breaking some kneecaps, I went to someone's funeral to let their sorrow wash over me and collect some glamour. And that was my week.
So, so for me, I spent the first day in the Warren being talked down by Elliot. So I was able to resolve the paranoid condition. Thank you, Elliot. Um, my second day, I spent expanding the hollow. So the Warren is nice and big now. Um, so it's a proper uh, ranch sized estate. Um, um, the third day, I helped Jeremy and his niece move into their place with Elliot. No, they didn't have that much since they were homeless and all that. Um, then on the fourth day, I spoke with Agatha, the Winter Court monarch, showed her the feather and business card that the huntsman gave me, as well as the pen that I had stolen uh, from the Fae, and kind of got an idea of what those are about, and those are kind of big deals. Um, on day 5, I spent building some animal pins on the hollow. Gonna have some uh, working on some plans for that. And then the last day, I had spent talking to Kurt and hanging out with him, getting an idea of what people, what kind of rifles are commonly used in modern day, and see if I can get a hold of something something better than the what I've been using.
All right. So, I don't know how much mine went out. Apparently, I stopped talking in the middle of my go, so we're going to give that one another shot. Talk to Kit for a bit to help him get rid of that paranoid condition, as he mentioned. Um, a couple of my high place friends, when I asked around about fast chips, told me that the best way to go is go gamble with some of the local goblins. Apparently, a lot of goblins come to Vegas to gamble, and they might still have their local currency kicking around on them. It'd be a pretty easy way to do that. Um, and that there's a couple of Fey gambling games run at the Royal Flush that I might be able to get there. Um, on day 3, I decided to go talk to people about moving into a condo with this shiny new paycheck I've got from working at the Red Room. And, well, after I moved in, I decided that since I had all this space, I was going to help some people who'd been kind to us. So I helped those homeless people move into the space until they were on their feet. Jeremy and his niece. They thought it was a little weird that a person that they'd met just last week was inviting them to live in their house, but not going to turn down something nice. Um, So then on the fourth day, I stopped by Kurt's, picked up some weaponry and armor that my friends had picked out over the course of their time off, and got myself a set of full riot gear because I'm gonna go get myself shot at this week from the looks of it. Because we were told that the person who asked the person we're gonna go retrieve is the Grim Huntsman, the guy who shot us with iron last time we saw him, and I would like to not get shot. Tried to get an introduction to meet Viscount Gustav Holder, one of the 4 spring nobles I asked about last time. And it turns out that he's quite the party animal, so either I need to get him to come to a party at the Red Room, or I need to go figure out where he's partying and meet him there. Either way, I'm sure I can light up the room. Lastly, well, I need glamour. Missed a small detail. I started the contract Relentless Pursuit on Verona, Gleam Serpentine's sister, on day 4. And since I'm able to dodge the sunrise and sunset to keep boost going, I noticed that they were starting off in the hedge, but on day 6, they've moved into Vegas proper. And I found that out as I exited Jeremy's dream after having decided to give him a little inspiration to search for gainful employment, and took a bunch of glamour from his dream. Details. But apparently, Verona's now somewhere in Vegas. So that's concerning. And that's where we leave it off, I think.
Alrighty. In that case, let's go ahead and get started. Today is July 4th, 2021. As everyone has come back from their day jobs or from the Freehold holiday celebration, as July 4th is one of the summer court's big yearly rituals. One of the what's everyone doing today? Where are you guys at right now?
Kit's in the hollow, working, just doing like daily chores and upkeep and whatnot.
We should probably come together. Be coming together right now.
Why don't you guys meet me at my condo? We can
Okay.
head out from there.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, can I have you roll me a chance die, please?
Absolutely. Looks like a 3.
Alrighty. As Elliot comes back home to settle into his condo for the night, he barely gets to sit down before the little homeless girl, Ruby, comes up to him now that she lives here, and he notices something in her arms. Upon a second look, that something appears to be a small black cat in a oversized sweater made for a human and a baseball cap that is hiding its face mostly. Ruby looks over at Elliot and says, "Mr. Glass Monster, this cat, I think, came running up at me on 2 legs when I was trying to go up to the roof earlier. I think are you a she?" The cat nods, wants to talk to you.
Far be it from me to go talk to a cat. I walk over and lean down to get an appropriate face-to-face level with our new friend.
It doesn't take long to recognize her when you get to see her face to face. The dark fur of the cat Grimalkin you met on the first night, Nightingale, is pretty distinctive.
Oh.
She hops down and immediately starts making a number of charade-style gestures while pointing up at the roof. The one,
Sorry, go on.
no,
As they're talking, I scoop them up and start heading towards the roof. Clearly, that's the most important part of this discussion, and we can get details later.
by this point, it is properly dark. The moon hangs high on the horizon. You go up to the roof of the condo, and you notice immediately a old, battered lawn chair of the sort used for sunbathing that you lean back in and lay on, pointed towards the direction of the moonrise, and you see a familiar face duct taped to it. The long, lanky, gray alien form of Doc Tallboy is pretty clearly visible, with a piece of paper affixed to his chest and a piece of duct tape over his mouth as he looks up at the moon and squirms.
I was sitting at home. I'm a paranoid wreck. Do I have a bottle on me?
I would assume so. It's your house.
Yeah, I smash it, shape it. I'll spend the glamour so I've got a decent cutting edge, and I'm just going to get as much duct tape off of this man as quickly as possible.
What does the paper say?
I'll read that second. Whatever's happening is not happy, so he should get to move first.
Alrighty. Do you want to inform your friends while you are doing this?
Once the cutting is done, I'm going to text everybody. Meet me up on the roof ASAP.
Right, bear with me a moment. It looks like Nightingale isn't that patient. Nightingale swipes your phone briefly and begins typing on it to send out a text.
Okay.
A few moments later, a very badly misspelled text that simply reads "Glass Man Roof" is received by the other two.
I get up to the roof as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I make my
I would assume, Kit, that since you have access to Mirror Walk, when you had your conversation with Elliot, you would have made sure to take a good long look in that bathroom mirror.
In fact, we got him I decided to go and splurge and get a very nice stand-up mirror to put in one of the closets so he has a nice, easy exit. I don't want him crawling all over my sink all the time.
Alrighty. So it doesn't take too long for everyone to arrive. And Elliot, after several long minutes of struggle, is able to get Doc Tallboy free and take the duct tape off his face. He sits on the edge of the roof with his back towards the moon and his hands over his eyes, hyperventilating. Nightingale sheds the human disguise and immediately runs over to comfort him.
I'm going to open up my phone and send a text message. No, they probably wouldn't.
what court is he in?
He's Autumn, I believe.
Autumn?
Isn't he Autumn?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe he said he reported to Agatha about something before.
Okay.
Anyways, I think I'm going to just help move this all down inside because apparently outside is bad. I grab the piece of paper and read it on the way down the stairs.
The piece of paper is a note, and it is short and to the point. You have two of ours. We want one of them back. we have Immortal. And it gives you an address.
We have Immortal.
They have Verona.
Oh.
They want the bookbinders back, but we got a body. They only need one of them back. We can give them a body.
Hi there. So, I've has the position that I've been detecting from my stuff changed at all in the last 24 hours or so from when I noticed it was in Vegas?
Yeah, it's changed by a few miles, still roughly in the same area.
All right.
It does take a moment to dawn on you, since, you don't have access to a map, that this is roughly in the same area that Doc Tallboy's clinic is.
Checks out. Okay. So I'm going to, well, let's get Doc Tallboy downstairs and let's see if he has anything to say once he's done hyperventilating. Let's get him a blanket. Let's get him away from windows, because I don't know what he was seeing, but it was clearly something he didn't want to be seeing. Because he was covering his eyes and turned away from the moon. Let's get him in and see if we can't get him calmed down. Would a presence plus do you have good empathy? Whatchamacallit?
Kenzie?
Kenzie, is your empathy good? I seem to recall vaguely that that's the case.
I have an empathy, a
Okay.
singular empathy.
All right. Well, I think I'm gonna be maybe presence plus persuasion, maybe to try and help calm him down. Just some general pleasant talk. See if we can't pull him back from the edge here.
Alrighty. Let's see. That'll be an opposed roll against his composure. So do that at a -1 penalty, please.
Alrighty.
Well, a resisted roll, not an opposed roll. Sorry.
Got it. So
He is highly opposed to calming down.
you got it. All right. So I'm gonna take a willpower on this because we need to. That's an exceptional success. With 5 successes. So hopefully this will help chill this out a bit and maybe get him back on his feet.
Alrighty. So after being led back down into Elliot's condo and given a nice, comfortable chair facing away from any windows, Doc Tallboy does seem to be doing a little better, but not great. Nightingale has hopped up onto his shoulders and tries to get him to respond, but he appears to be almost completely non-responsive. You did get an exceptional success, so tell me what you're saying to Doc Tallboy to calm him down, Elliot.
Listen, bud, we got you. Everything's good. You're in a safe place. It's all taken care of, and nobody's going to be able to hurt you here. I promise. Everyone here is on your side. You know we're good. You know we can handle anything that happened. You know, just stay in here. Stay calm. You're going to be safe.
Doc Tallboy turns and gives Elliot a long look in the eyes. After a moment or two more, he stops hyperventilating and starts breathing normally. He croaks out the word water.
It couldn't be delivered faster if Aster, the moment I step away from somebody's point of view, the glass of water is instantly full and back. I will spend the glamour for that if you ask me to.
No point. It would be a little silly. So,
Brownie's boon, everyone, except no substitutes.
So Doc Tallboy drains the glass of water and wipes his mouth The skin around where the duct tape was is red and a little raw. He takes a deep breath and says, "Thank you. That was not pleasant."
I can imagine it wasn't. May I take a stab in the dark?
He looks up at you and says, I don't want to be stabbed. No, thank you."
Sorry, my apologies. Bookbinders left you up there? Did something that made that really bad? Or know something painful about you?
He nods and says, "Yes, the bookbinders. They came to my clinic, told me to keep my mouth shut. I'm not saying anything else."
I wouldn't ask you to.
So, if Jeremy and his niece are in the room, I'm going to have them. I'm going to push them politely out and like into their rooms or something.
There's other places for them to be. They do not need to be here.
Yeah.
I don't want to be spending anybody else's glamour for them, but I think this guy could do with being somewhere even safer than here that isn't outside. Do you got the juice to move this guy through the mirrors to the court? Because I think that he would feel better inside the courtroom.
I'm gonna text Agatha
That sounds like a great idea.
and basically uh, send her a message saying, "Hey, Doc, we got the doc here. Here, he's been roughed up."
So, tall boy, I just want you to know these people, they're not surviving the night. Whatever they did to you, that's not going to be allowed to have continued to happen. These people are all going away tonight.
All right, bear with me briefly.
Hi, Void. Thank you.
Tallboy takes a deep breath and says, "Okay, okay. I can tell you this much. They were the ones from the first night with another one. I think he was the boss."
Okay.
He cringed a little bit and said that they'd tried to take care of their wounds over the past few weeks, but they weren't doing a very good job. They were talking among themselves, and they seemed to think that making me do it would be a better option than buying healing from the goblin market. They had some pretty bad infections, but I was able to get them up and running again. And they had a young woman with them. She was bound and gagged. She had some light injuries. Looked like someone had been slapping her, hitting her, something like that. After I was done, the one who was the boss told them that they were moving hideouts and that they left.
Got it. Well, I know where they are. By the way, did the young woman look like this? Produces the picture of Verona that we have from earlier.
He looked at her and nodded. Yeah, and she didn't feel right. Not anymore. Not like a regular mortal.
Okay. Got it. Well, I know where she is. Thus, I know where they are. I'm going to be going to them tonight, and I'm going to resolve all of this. Anyone who hurts you, we're going to make sure it never happens again. I'm sorry you got swept up in this.
He nods and says, thanks, but I think this is going to happen when I'm the only healer here.
We're going to get you safe into Agatha's care. Make sure that you've got a nice, clean night ahead of you. You just recover.
He nods and doesn't seem forthcoming to speak any further.
I don't think it's fair to ask any more questions of him. We could probably extract some details, but I think that would be a better idea for another night, and we're already chasing these guys down. Let's ask when we've got questions about, if anyone isn't there. Did Agatha respond to the text? Has anyone?
What exactly did you send her?
So I sent her an address and what I said, the doc has been roughed up. He's with us.
So Agatha replies very tersely that she'll send a car. About 10 minutes later, an autumn changeling driving a nondescript gray sedan pulls up. There's another one in the front seat. This one is hiding it, but is very clearly armed. Without saying much of anything to you, they nod and take Doc Tallboy into the car and head off.
I offer them a blanket to cover his head on the way out. Best to not have to deal with this guy today. I'm gonna guess that was one of his banes or something.
What was that? I was typing in chat. I didn't quite catch it.
I'm guessing, based on how upsetting that was, that's either some trauma or a bane. Most likely a bane.
You do notice that he makes a pointed choice to not look at the area of the sky that he was pointed towards.
All right. So, given that, do we want to swing by court first, or do we want to go straight on in? I think we should probably... I think it'd probably be good to make sure there isn't anything else going on. I think Kenny mentioned that there was a event tonight. And we should probably do that before we go deal with this.
Well, the event was earlier in the day.
My apologies.
The summer court does have a 4th of July celebration as one of their primary rituals. That happens during the day usually rather than the night.
And so we'll be having fireworks out tonight.
Yep.
Excellent. That'll cover the sound of a lot of banging noises. So, I'm going to walk outside, walk about 20 feet in 3 different directions, and break my phone out, and see if I can get an idea of roughly what direction, how far, and thus where on the map we're headed to, and if it matches up with the address we were given.
Alrighty. So, just to make a mention here, I don't remember if Jeff mentioned it, but during his downtime, Elliot has been casting Relentless Pursuit and using I believe it's the Elemental Seaman bonus.
Yes.
He was hiding from the moon and sun when they crossed the horizon to keep it going.
Which means that I get a +5 bonus to the pursuit rolls now because I let it run so long and cost a crapload of glamour.
Alrighty. So with the triangulation you're doing, that's going to be an intelligence plus academics roll, please.
Not the best roll for me, but you know what? We're going to make it work. All right. So look at that.
Go ahead and add the bonus from your Relentless Pursuit because this is a part of that. Yes.
Yep, I was hoping that would do that. So 5 plus. So this seems important, and I've got a bunch of them. So we're going to go with that number. Hello, Mr. Willpower's attorney at law. And it was important to do that.
So even with the +5 bonus from Relentless Pursuit, you still needed to use willpower?
I was at a -1 die before the +4 bonus. And I don't trust important rolls with 5 or less dice.
Fair enough. Well, the success is a success.
Apparently, I'm bad at math.
A few minutes to do some math while looking at Google Maps, and the address roughly adds up to what your math says it should be for the area.
All right. So I don't think we have anywhere else we need to go. I think we just go.
Yeah.
Onward.
There isn't anything happening at court. There isn't anything else on the books. I think we just need to get Verona back.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. Bear with me a moment.
Alrighty. So
go ahead.
So the address they've given you is an abandoned record store, a block away from the Palm Eastern Mortuary and Cemetery, in Green Valley North.
Okay.
The record store has clearly seen better days. The big sign on it is shaped like a record, and about a quarter of it is completely fallen off. Most of the windows are boarded up. It was 2-story, and technically still is, but you can see from here a corner of the roof has fallen in. The building looms in front of you. So what are you guys going to do?
I'd like to fade into the shadows and cloak us all.
I was gonna ask if I could get into an Overwatch position.
All right. So do you want to stay outside in that case?
Yeah, I was. What do you guys think?
I think that there is a decent chance we're going to be coming out of here at a fast clip because I'm seeing this as a smash and grab. I don't know about you guys. And if we can get them out in the open, you can turn them into Swiss cheese.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll get into a decent position that I have good line of sight on as many exits as possible.
All righty.
Jeff, do
Give
you
me
want
a
Cloak of
wits and
Shadows?
give me a wits and investigation roll, Kit.
Sorry, what was that, Kenzie?
Okay.
Do you want Cloak of Shadows?
I would love it if you wouldn't mind.
Does his contract benefit me as well, or is it just him?
Which one?
The relentless pursuit or whatnot that they've been doing.
Just me, sorry.
That's fine. You said wits plus investigation?
Yes.
1 success.
All right. This isn't a part of town with a lot of tall buildings, but you are able to find a pretty basic 3-story apartment building that seems to be lightly inhabited.
Mhm.
So getting up to the roof there isn't very difficult, but it does take about 10 minutes to get in position.
Yep.
Do you want to be facing the front door? I'm assuming that's what you wanted.
Well, let's. Okay. Elliot, is the plan to
Sneak in,
get
as close as we can, grab the hostage, shoot anybody else, run out, ideally with them chasing it so you can pump them full of lead.
Okay. So I'm gonna set up facing the front door so that I can cover you guys while you guys get to the door or get to the car.
And I believe I have the glass knife from earlier to do whatever cutting of bonds we need to do. All right. Yeah. Are you prepared to? So Kenzie, would you mind stealthing us up?
I would love to. I'm going to roll dexterity plus stealth, if that's okay, Kenny.
Go ahead.
Two successes, and then I pay the glamour to cloak it.
All righty. Cloak of Darkness is active.
And I likewise decide to sneak along with the help of that Cloak of Darkness and receive 4 successes. The glamour was worth it.
All righty. Bear with me. While I'm doing that, I want to ask, now that you're hidden, what's the next step? Because you are still standing outside the building.
We're going to find an entrance to the building that will be minimally obvious to them, and we're going to see if we can locate Verona and get to their position without being detected. Because getting Verona out is priority 1. Shooting these guys is priority 2. Sorry, surviving this is priority 2. Shooting these guys is priority 3.
I'd just like to ask, did my 1 dot of Winter Court Goodwill change to 1 dot of Winter Court Mantle when I joined?
Yeah, that would be the case.
Perfect.
You got the goodwill for free, so it's not subject to sanctity of merits.
Yep.
All right, and by the way, remember that Cloak of Night means that when you make stealth rolls, you'll be adding half your character's weird rounded up in bonus dice.
And because of Winter Court Mantle 1, enemies suffer a penalty equal to my character's mantle dots to rolls to notice her when she's deliberately spying.
All right, so how are you going to enter? Through the front door?
Is there any open entrance, i.e. an open window, a broken window, one of the doors wedged open, anything that wouldn't cause us to have to interact with something?
The corner of the roof was open.
How about that way?
All right, so if you want to get up to the roof, roll me a chance die real quick, Kenzie.
Yikes.
All right. So you guys make your way up to the top of the roof. Fortunately, there is a um, a rusty old fire escape that helps you climb on up. Let's see. And let me see what sort of roll someone would be making to notice that. What can you read me the benefit of your Winter Court manual again?
Enemies suffer a penalty equal to my character's mantle dots to roll to notice her when she's deliberately spying.
It should be perception, wits plus composure, right?
All righty. Thank you very much.
Unless they're actively searching for us, which I think would be like investigation.
All right. Can I have you guys roll me dexterity and stealth with your weird bonus for your weird bonus for Cloak of Night?
Okay. Damn, that was a good roll.
Exceptional success. The worst part is I only needed 3 to get an exceptional success.
All right.
3 successes. I'm not that good, but I'm pretty good.
And we are making the other part of this opposed roll. All right. So as you guys crest the fire escape, sneaking upwards, the door on top, atop the roof opens, and a silhouette holding a long rifle walks outside. One gleaming eye pierces the night, looking around for anything or anyone intruding upon his domain.
All right. Quick question. Can our sniper see him?
Very clearly.
Would you mind?
Is it the Grimm's Huntsman?
Very clearly.
Okay, just making sure. Just making sure. So,
I'd prefer an aim action at this point before
yeah.
you shoot.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start by taking the aim action.
Alrighty. So Kit takes aim upon the cloaked figure of the Grim Hunter. What about the other two of you?
The door just opened. I think I'm going through. He won't even notice it taking a second to close behind him.
All right. Same with you, Kenzie, I assume?
Yep.
All righty. He doesn't notice as you sneak around behind him and go into the building.
Okay.
So, Kit, how much longer do you want to take aim?
Basically, until either I get the maximum bonus possible, or it looks like he's about to walk out of my line of sight, whichever comes first.
So that's 3 rounds for us to get moving. All right. We got this. Well, 4 rounds, but yeah.
All right. So we'll come back to you in a few minutes then, Kit.
Yep. Snipers have to be patient after all.
We appreciate you taking the cover position. We know it's not the most exciting one.
It isn't exactly good at stealth to begin with, so this is the best way to handle this, I think.
there might have been a reason why I made sure I had +5 bonuses to today.
All right.
And I
And
run out of those bonuses the moment we secure them, so
Yeah.
I expect this to go to hell the moment we have secured the hostage and are trying to get out of here rather quickly.
so the building itself is old and moldy and smells like it. There is a carpet that at one point in time was a vibrant pink and is now covered in muds and sludge and what is very recognizably blood. Uh, the uh, the wallpaper has been torn and ripped in places. The relentless pursuit points you down to a point on the first floor. What do you want to do from here? Just to explain where you are, there is a hallway that leads down to stairs to the first floor and another hallway that leads around to a few rooms. One of them has a broken old sign that says employees only, and one of them has a empty area where a sign used to be and is no longer.
Kenzie, what are your thoughts?
You said there's a stairwell, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kenzie's thought is let's jump over the banister. So
Head on down, get to the place where we're tagging Verona by the easiest possible course.
yep.
You got it.
Oh wait, I have danger sense and common sense and direction sense. Is there a way we should be going?
Well, let's see.
Sensible.
Let me take a look at those merits real quick.
I'm ashamed of that one. I'm sorry, everyone. Mea culpa.
All right, if you want to use danger sense, what that does is give you a +2 modifier on a reflexive wits plus composure rolls for your character to detect an impending ambush. Common sense, once per session in an instant action, you may ask the storyteller one of the following questions about a task at hand or a course of action. Roll wits plus composure. If you succeed, the storyteller must answer to the best of their ability. If you fail, you get nothing. With an exceptional success, you can ask a second question. With a dramatic failure, I can give you a piece of false advice. And if you follow that intuition, you'll get a free beat.
I would like to roll wits plus composure, please.
All right.
Common sense is great. Best merit in the game. There's a reason we hand it out to all players. Oh,
I
God.
failed.
You want to take a beat and make it a dramatic failure?
I would love to.
Remember, if you follow that dramatic failure's lead, you'll get an additional beat. All right. So your gut's telling you that the best place for someone to be holed up here would be somewhere under lock and key, probably in the back corner or a bathroom.
My gut's never wrong. We should head for the back corner of the bathroom. Are you okay with that, Jeff?
I can't stay out of vision of you without losing Cloak of Night, and as far as I'm aware, there's nothing else keeping me stealthy. So I'm going to trust in the superpowers and see what happens.
All right. And did you actually want to jump the banister?
No, I think that would cause too much commotion. It would be very hard to get up and keep my stealth.
Hey, free. Consider that your free success on common sense.
Thank you.
So, the two of you slink downstairs. Up on the roof, are you still using your second turn for aiming at the Grim Hunter? Kit?
Yeah, and Yeah, definitely want to take my time with this.
Uh, the Grim Hunter has taken off his hood. You verified his identity. Eye patch, long white beard. The dog that he has with him is not with him currently. That gives you a uneasy feeling. You want to continue your aim action.
Let's go for one more turn.
All right. So back in the building. You head downstairs. So downstairs is the area where the records were kept once upon a time. The shelving is still there with no records on them. There's a bunch of trash, empty bottles, etc. on them, but no records. Looking around, you see where the counter is, and behind it, in the farthest corner, there seems to be a little room where potentially back in the day, you figure the clerk would keep their safe or maybe a break room. That is where Kenzie's gut is saying is the place to check out.
And where is my gut saying we should be going?
Do you want to roll common sense as well?
No, I have Relentless Pursuit up.
Not there.
Which direction is mine pointing?
Relentless Pursuit is pointing towards the opposite corner, where you see a door heading off to another room that is closed.
Kenzie?
Shh, we're sneaking.
To voice as the player, not the character, for a moment, Kenzie's dragging me, aren't they?
Kenzie certainly has a hand on your clothing. However, Kenzie is much smaller and weaker than you.
Actually, you would be hard-pressed to be weaker than me. I have a strength of 1. If you have decided I'm going in a direction, you're probably right. Noodle arms! I've got a glass jaw, among other things.
I mean, you could probably just tap Kenzie on the skull, like a knock, and she would be like, but it's worth a try. But yes, currently Kenzie is dragging you.
I think I'm going to just deal with the fact that Kenzie is dragging me and hopefully get their attention once we've gotten out from this big open area we could be spotted in.
All right, so Kenzie is going to bring you guys to that room. Is that correct?
That's what I'm hearing.
All right, just wanted to confirm. You sneak behind the counter. You notice briefly that you haven't run into any bookbinders yet before you enter the room where Kenzie's gut is telling you to go.
Is there a keyhole?
No, it's not that kind of lock.
Is the door intact?
The door is intact. It does not appear to be locked, but the lock is one of those type that you twist on the knob.
And it's an internal door, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna make a Wits plus Composure roll to listen through the door, see if I can hear anything.
All right.
We're certainly trying this path. That doesn't mean we have to do something without thinking. So that's 4 successes. Not quite an exceptional success, but pretty close.
All right. So you listen in quietly. and you hear someone speaking. Gatsby, you hear him croak. How's things been going at Royal Flush? I heard one of your operatives was caught recently. You don't hear the reply, but a few moments later you hear the voice sneer and say, "That is sloppy work. We all know how the weird works. You should always wear your mask when interacting with another bookbinder. If we get Cheval back, he will be instructed in proper tactics."
So I heard all of this, did I?
Yes.
Wonderful. Perfect. How beautiful. Uh-oh,
As
that's
you
a big scary roll.
as you lean away from the door, uh, you hear the voice stop mid-sentence. "I'll get back to you, Gatsby. I think I heard some footsteps."
Amscray.
All right, back on the roof, everybody. So,
I think it's time I shoot
all right, so you're going to shoot?
with the willpower
So
and
I
my
believe,
specialty
and I believe
and
that
my
was
aim action.
3 aim action, so +3.
Hold on just a moment. Before we shoot, we need to talk a little bit about where you are and the whatnot.
Mhm.
Bear with me. I'm going back to the ranged violence section.
Okay.
So, you are on the roof of the other building.
Yes.
Are you using concealment of any sort?
Yes.
Yes,
What kind?
he's got camo clothes. We purchased when I was buying gear.
Yeah.
So other than that, you're entirely in the open. You're not behind anything, crouching, anything like that.
I mean, how I kind of pictured this was I was like laying down in like the quintessential sniper position,
Possibly using the lip of the building as something to cover him with only the
and
rifle sticking out.
yeah, and also to use that to steady the barrel a bit too.
All right. So that is going to count as uh, substantially concealed, which will be a -3 penalty to your roll.
-3.
Mhm. The target is not in any cover except for the lip of the roof.
Mhm.
Actually, excuse me. I misread that. That's not your cover, it's his cover. He's covered by the lip of the roof, which is +1. It's tough, but you also aren't doing anything special. So just a -1, not the -3.
Can I roll to assist by merit of not being in the way?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So, dice pool of 8, 3 rounds of aiming that gets me to 11. Specialty bolt action gets me to 12. Willpower gets me to 15. Penalty of 1 gets me to 14.
All righty.
So that's 3 successes plus the rifle gives me 4. I believe that's how that works.
Yeah, so 7 damage.
7 damage.
All right. So let's take a look at his armor. So he has 5 ballistic armor and 5 general armor. So let's see, ballistic armor first, which means he takes 2 lethal damage. The bullet flies and hits the Grim Huntsman in the shoulder. He looks up and turns. Now, he says. You hear a howling behind you, Kit, and you can feel the hot breath of a dog as jaws begin to close around your neck. What's your defense and/or armor rating?
I bought you armor. I know I did.
It should be uploaded in conspiracy.
What kind of armor are you wearing, dude? Flak jacket?
Yes, sorry, I was muted. So yes, it's a flak jacket as a 2/4, with a looks like a defense penalty of 1, and on my character, my defense is normally 6.
So you're at a 5.
Yeah.
All right. You're at 5 defense.
Chat has demanded hydration.
This is the closest I got. Sorry. I'll make sure I got water next time. Not walking away right now.
It's all good.
So your defense is 5 with the penalty. All right.
Mhm.
Bear with me as I make a roll.
Oh no. They've found the power that is the hydrate button.
Hail hydrate.
All right. You feel the fangs of the hound close around your neck, and you take 1 lethal damage as it begins to tear at you.
Ouch. Okay.
The Grim Hunter rears back, his gun hefted over his shoulder. He points in the general area of where the shot hit. I smell you, little rabbit. What noble quarry you are. I believe you are the one who sent me back to the hedge last time. And that is why I have this for you, he says. He takes...
Does me shooting him like that count as me challenging him to a duel?
A formal duel, or are you simply talking about a battle as per the summer bargain?
I believe that's what he meant.
Yes, if he attacks you back, then you will be in battle.
Okay.
And as per the summer bargain, you can't leave when 2 parties are in battle. They can't leave until they are incapacitated or dead.
Okay. Since I have challenged him to a duel, I use that as my loophole to activate Fey Cunning.
You've already acted for this round, but we can do that.
It's a reflex.
Oh, it's a reflexive action?
Yep.
All right, makes sense. Sorry, I'm looking at 4 different
Oh,
PDFs
you're good.
at a time.
And I'll get the text for that, and while you're doing other stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
So you notice the Grim Hunter pull something out of his pocket, and you can see the dull gray shine of light on metal as he loads a round into his gun. And with that, he whistles and summons an ethereal horse on which he climbs on top of, and it leaps away. All right. Can you read us the text real quick, Kit, for your Fey Cunning?
Yeah. The changeling moves with the grace of lightning, or commands the blades to pass by her, or perhaps her shadowy body simply splits in two to remain unharmed. She may apply her defense to firearm attacks and never loses her defense, even if she is surprised or distracted. The supernatural powers that would deny her defense prompt a clash of wills. If she successfully dodges, she may redirect the attack to another valid target, which automatically hits with a success equal to the changeling's presence rating.
I need to pick that one up.
All right. So back to our friends in the building. So you've heard someone saying they heard you moving. Kinsey, Elliot, what do you do next?
I'm gonna follow. Sorry, Kenzie.
I would like to use my lockpicks.
On the door you're currently in front of?
Yes, the one that is unlocked.
To do what?
To lock and jam it.
All right, let's make this an opposed roll then. You will be rolling dexterity plus larceny, and he will be rolling strength plus brawl.
Or you can just buy it at the Goblin Market, Void. Goblin Market is weird.
An exceptional success.
Great. The dice roller is fighting me. Give me a moment.
On guard.
All right. So, you hear the footsteps through the door of whoever's on the other side going to open it. You whip out your lock picks and immediately scrabble at the lock to lock it from that side. Just as you finish, you can feel the force of someone trying to open it. They do not succeed.
Way to go, Kenzie! While Kenzie's working on this, I'm headed towards the direction my impulses were because their hands have let me go.
I chase along after.
All righty. Make me another dexterity plus stealth roll. You've still got your Cloak of Night, and remember the bonus for that.
One success.
2 success.
All right. You're able to slip into the other room. That room appears to have been a break room at one point. There are a couple couches and tables around the walls, and an empty place where a TV probably once was. while the couches aren't in the greatest shape right now, they are currently being used. 2 people per couch. You see 3 bookbinders in their cloaks and masks, next to a young woman with olive skin, who is bound and gagged. The bookbinders are ones you've come across before. Great Expectations, Great Expectations, The Most Dangerous Game, and 1,000 Years of Solitude. Verona is thrashing at her bonds, but Great Expectations has her hands wrapped around her hair. She hisses, "You will stop that, young lady. If you ever have hope to see your brother again, you want to see him again, don't you?"
Is 1,000 Years of Solitude still missing a foot?
When you look at the mask for 100 Years of Solitude, they are not missing a foot, but the foot that they are not missing is quite evidently made out of random chunks of metal and a nameplate that is no longer legible.
Okay, Kenzie, I need to know an answer. Are we being smart or are we being funny?
Yes.
You can't leave that to me.
I'm specifically asking you because you're gonna give me the answer I want.
Let's be fucking hysterical.
I'm going to bite a piece of the glass that I broke earlier, and I'm going to activate Primal Glory for free, causing sharp pieces of glass to come up through their foot, and yeah.
As I understand, that is in a radius, correct?
Yes, I'm gonna make sure that as many of them are as in the radius as possible before I activate.
All right, bear with
And
me.
nothing indicates that this will A, indicate who sent that, or B, indicate they've detected me. They're just gonna suddenly be hurting.
And it doesn't target friendlies.
Not only that, but next turn I'll be able to cut her free because I have glass around me by nature of Primal Glory, which I can use at a distance to do things including attack objects.
All right, looking at the text for Primal Glory,
I've got a meter.
It says she gains immunity to damage from main unmundane instances of the element and suffers only half damage rounded down from magical sources. It also curls around her in a protective armor like a dog eager to please its master, granting her an armor rating of 1/1. The armor hurts anyone who comes in close, dealing 1 point of lethal damage per turn to anyone who engages in melee against her. If the sprite chose armor made from the element for which she has an affinity, it deals this damage to anyone within her weird yards meters of her instead. So it looks like it, from what I understand there, it looks like it does target friendlies if they're in the range. Is that true? Do you agree with that?
I believe that the text it's modifying refers to hostile characters, that I have the range instead. But if that's the case, I'm just going to make sure that I am not within range of Verona.
That's fair enough. So you're going to activate that?
Yes, I'd like to hurt as many of these guys as possible while I'm doing that.
All right. And what about yourself, Kenzie? What are you doing?
I'm attempting to find the rules text for fake hunting real quick.
I'm gonna have that for you in 4 seconds.
Thank you.
You also have fake hunting? Man, I feel left out. Page 140.
It's a useful contract.
I didn't
You were
have...
the one who told me I had to get it.
I didn't have enough for it. I didn't have the gun.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, so it's 2 glamour and reflexive with no die pool, so you can just pop it on. Means you get your defense no matter what happens, and anything that's trying to deny it prompts a clash of wills.
All right, so I spend my 2 glamour. I am down to 5 now. And pop fake cutting.
All right. So, Elliot sends out a wave of glass across the 3 bookbinders sitting in the room, positioning himself clearly, very carefully, so Verona doesn't get hit in the blast. The glass cuts through the floor like a shark swimming beneath the ground, dealing 1 lethal damage to all of them.
Now, I can't ask to be able to control this that finely, but I would really love it if one of the instances was a sharp blade of glass going through the foot of the guy who had to replace his foot. It would be really funny to me.
Well, that would be humorous, so let's go ahead and go with that.
Woo!
Right. 1 instance of lethal damage with a knife through the meat foot of 100 Years of Solitude. That will show you the issue with having at least 1 meat foot left, bookbinder.
Have you heard my new band, Meatfoot?
Kenzie, meanwhile, is starting to quote Shakespeare from the corners.
All right. You can also feel the weird twist around you from the other side of the room. The other side of the building, the area where you locked the door. You hear noise like boom, as that door apparently violently disintegrates, and a loud voice shouts, "Fools! They're here! Kill the girl now!"
I grab the girl.
All right. Well, what you did does have is reflexive. So yes, you can take that action. So that's going to be right. You lunge towards Verona and attempt to grab her. Great Expectations still has her fingers wrapped into her hair with a strong grip on it. So let's have an opposed strength plus athletics roll, please.
Could I suggest strength plus brawl, maybe?
That'll work too.
What if I was to grab Great Expectations instead?
That's not going to get them out of Great Expectations' hands.
Valid. Okay. Strength plus brawl.
Great Expectations has 1 success.
Three successes.
All right. You grab Verona and yank. You can hear her scream through the gag as a handful of her hair is left in Great Expectations' hands.
We can feel bad about that later. Go!
Tis but a flesh wound. And I take off.
All right, and back up on the roof. So, Kit,
Yes.
you popped your Fey Cunning, correct?
Yes.
All right. The hound is still going after you as hard as it can. So what's your defense and what bonus does Fey Cunning give you on that?
So really the main benefit that Fey Cunning gives me is I don't lose my defense on against firearms. That is the main thing that I get. Also, if I successfully dodge an attack, I can redirect it to a different valid target.
But I don't expect you're making the dodge action right now.
All right. So in that case, it's just your defense then. So what was your defense again?
5.
5?
Mm-hmm. With a 2/4 armor.
All right. The hound is scrabbling at you, but cannot make purchase.
Yep.
All right. What will you do?
This is gonna be really dumb. Give me just a moment to find the page for this. There it is.
Oh God.
Okay. Am I able to get a little bit of this dog's fur?
Yeah, if you want to try to remove fur from the hound, that's going to be, let's say, strength plus brawl.
Okay, that's not worth it.
You're not going to do any damage to it, but you will get a handful of fur if you can get a success.
Okay. Unfortunately I don't have brawl, so that's not too viable here.
In the words of Peppy, perhaps I can offer just shoot it, Fox. Sorry.
Yeah. I think I'm going to swing up and just take another shot, this time at the dog.
Alrighty. Let's take a quick look real quick and see if there's any penalties for doing that with sniper rifle from short range. Well, there isn't one in the book, but I think there should be. So I'm going to say that will be a -3 penalty.
Oh, what? Oh, that. All right.
Not short range for a sniper rifle, but point blank range. It's a sniper rifle. It's not meant to do that.
I'm gonna willpower to re-roll that.
One more time.
3, 7. 7 damage before defense.
William Powers, attorney at law.
Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, this is not a good thing. So here's what I'll do here. The Grim Hunter, and this hound is as his herald, has 8 defense. Let's just say in that case you deal 1 lethal damage.
Damn.
Does he have fake cunning up? Or
No, that's just what we should have done was subtract 8 dice from your pool.
No, he doesn't get it because it's a firearm.
Yeah.
He gets his
you're-
armor and nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
That's why we're
Let's see.
trying to shoot him. Because I think if I tried to stab him, it wouldn't do anything.
All right,
Yeah.
well, after armor, that would be 2 lethal damage to the dog.
That's some pretty good armor. I need to get that armor.
Yeah.
So you blow a hole in the dog's side, and the hound leaps back, howling.
Okay. And then while the dog leaps back howling, I'm gonna run and jump across to the next building over.
Alrighty. Bear with me. So you're in the action of jumping, correct?
Yes.
All right. So that would mean you're not concealed at all.
Right.
Great. In that case, let's go ahead and roll. As you jump, you hear the report of a rifle from above.
Mm-hmm. Did you minus my defense from that because of fake hunting?
I did not, so let's re-roll that. What's your defense again?
5.
All right. Considering the circumstances, let's also add a willpower.
And then I have a ballistic armor or the flakjack, right?
Yep.
Yes. What's the rating on that?
2-4.
So 2-4, 2 ballistic damage.
4 ballistic damage.
All right. So that downgrades the damage, and the other one and the general armor, as I understand it, simply each point of general armor reduces the total damage taken 1 point, starting with the most severe damage. All right. So.
Well, we're gonna learn how scary this rifle is now.
All right. You feel something like fire ripping through your gut. Take 2 aggravated damage and 2 lethal damage.
No.
Jesus, with 4. Damn. Glad you're wearing armor.
You hear the Grim Hunter laugh as his horse lands on the roof where you began. He rifles through his coat for another cold iron bullet. Little rabbit, do not think you can escape me. I admit to hubris when last we met. It's been a long time since one of your kind so much as drew blood. But for you, one who was able to send me back to the hedge, I am going to hunt you down seriously. All right, back to our group and in the building. Just to remind you guys of what was going on, you'd grabbed Verona. You had heard the person in the locked room break out. He screamed that there were people here, and you have Verona over your shoulder, sans a handful of hair. So considering what an overt action you took, I believe that means Cloak of Night is over.
No!
Go on.
Because we have a Darkling who cast it. And the rule for Darklings is that a overt action doesn't break Cloak of Night.
Let me double check real quick. Darkling. The Darkling and her companions retain the benefits of this cut. All right, that's true. So Verona disappears into the darkness.
They still have to find us to be able to start shooting back.
What is the room layout? Is it just the door?
Are you guys still in the break room where she was held, or did you go back into the front room of the record shop?
I believe we had just literally gotten hold of Verona at the last second we were on screen, so I believe we're still in the break room.
All right. So as you enter, look, here's how the layout of the room is. As you enter the door, you have on your right side the wall where the TV used to be with a small coffee table. On your left side, that's where most of the room is. You've got a couch along the front wall and the back wall and a coffee table in between them.
Is there any windows?
Yes, there are two on the left and back wall, but they are both boarded up.
All right. So Lex, I'm going to do something incredibly stupid, but I need you to take advantage of it if I do. Are the windows, like, intact beyond the boards? Like, is there glass in there still?
Roll me a chance die, please.
Come on, Mama needs a new pair of shoes. No, that's a 7.
All right. Yeah, the glass is all gone, so there's only the boards on the windows.
Okay. I can't make this easier for you.
I need
Actually-
just a moment to double check something.
Actually, wait. Follow me. I activate Touch of the Workman's Wrath. So Touch of the Workman's Wrath is not very good at hurting people. Sorry, Touch of Wrath. I'm thinking a previous edition. Sorry, Touch of Wrath. We're on page 148 for those playing at home. It's going to be an intelligence plus crafts plus weird check. Any amount of stuff I do does damage to the object and allows me to basically tear through these rotted boards. I don't imagine they're all that sturdy, so this shouldn't be too hard to simply pass through this with a swipe of my hand. Gonna be pretty obvious where we went, but there's not really any stopping that, is there?
Fair enough.
All right, so my crafts is pretty high. I'm gonna be straightforward. I'm pretty sure that I don't get my +5 here, right?
Now, in terms of your relentless pursuit, you found her. So as far as I'm aware, that means relentless pursuit is now ended.
You got it. I figured that was the case, and that's why I said it's all gonna go to hell from here. All right, roll in, and that didn't happen. Mr. William Powers, attorney at law, requires me to take another roll of that. And that's a single success. God damn it. Dice don't like me tonight. Hopefully that's enough.
The changeling was reading what it does. The changeling touches an object and whispering sweet threats to it, sinks her nails into stone or rends deep gashes in metal. She deals 1 point of damage to the object for each success rolled. And as an elemental, the torrent's touch inflicts double damage on objects made entirely from natural materials.
So that's 2 damage.
All right, and this is wooden boards over the window. Looking at durability rules for a material. Let's see, bear with me just a half second here. All right, so that will rip open the window as the boards are shattered.
And I'm out the window.
Alrighty. So Elliot scrambles through the window and runs. What about you, Kenzie?
I also scramble through the window with Verona and run.
All right. As you guys head out, the door to the break room behind you opens, and you smell the heady scent of a flowery summer breeze. Get them, idiots! You hear. As you run, you hear the bookbinder scramble through attempt to scramble through the window behind you. bear with me here for a moment.
I'd like to spend a glamour.
What for?
Well, a couple of sessions ago, I picked up this nifty thing called Summer Court Goodwill 5.
Yes.
And I'd like to activate Vigilance of Ares, which means that I am always prepared. I get a +5 to initiative, and I automatically detect ambushes, hidden traps, and surprise attacks.
Alrighty. Well, you detect the surprise attack as a hole is punched in the wall behind you.
Fair enough.
The attack does not hit you, but the changeling that you locked in the room with the safe is now through, while the other bookbinders scramble through the window. This one is in this cloak the same as the other ones, but the sword he wields is different, longer and jagged, with filigree down the sides that is in the overall shape of books on shelves. Down the center of his porcelain mask, you can see the numbers 1984.
Huh. And we heard the word Gatsby as well. Okay. So the only bookbinders we can see now through this giant hole in the wall, to clarify, is the 3 ones that were in the room there and 1984 here.
Yes.
Can I pay another glamour?
What for?
I'd like to make some revealing choices with Solstice Revelation.
Oh,
Is that a contract?
It is. It's a royal contract, instant, with no dice pool. Changeling floods an area around her within a radius of 30 yards or meters with light. Any characters currently hidden or disguised through mundane means must succeed in a manipulation plus weird roll with a dice penalty equal to the changeling's mantle or lose their obfuscation.
Wait, you got both of these contracts in the last 2?
Yes?
Damn.
Did I not?
How much XP? So, okay.
That qualifies you to purchase those.
Yeah.
Oh, then I only got the one.
Sorry.
Ooh.
That was so close.
It's all right.
You know what I'm spending XP on next?
Sorry.
All right, but regardless, it is your action. The 3 bookbinders, 100 Years of Solitude, Great Expectations, and The Most Dangerous Games are behind 1984. They have drawn their weapons. So everyone roll out your initiative, please.
Including me? Or am I doing something else?
You are somewhere else currently since you are fighting the Grim Hunter.
Okay.
So remember, that's 1 dice plus your initiative mod, which is Dex plus Composure plus anything else I don't know about. So we've got a 6 there, so I've got an initiative of 12.
You said wits plus dexterity?
Wits plus Composure. Sorry, Dex plus Composure. My apologies.
Isn't initiative just 1 die?
Yes, but the initiative mod is Dex plus Composure.
Okay.
Damn.
So you said, Elliot, you said your mod was
Mine was 6, so I'm at 12.
Elliot 12. $1984 rolled 7 plus 9, 16. Kinsey rolled 9 plus 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 9 plus 12 is 21. Okay. That is some initiative, Kinsey. So let me roll for the other bookbinders real quick.
Take your time. So, as far as I'm aware, Kenzie, you haven't done any damage to anybody, and nobody has hurt you yet. You just grabbed somebody and ran.
Yep.
Get Verona out of here. Or I will.
Okay, I will.
And then you can come help me.
All right.
We have to rescue Tibbs because Kit's stuck in a battle. He can't leave until one of them wins.
Yeah.
And nobody has made contact with me yet, so it's not a battle yet. They'd have to find me first. It's gonna get real bad, though.
Trying to think of. Oh shit.
Damn. Nice roll. He had plenty to be expecting, I guess.
Hold on. This is.
This is gonna be rough.
Since talking is a free action, Kenzie is looking at all of these books and the great big angry 1984 and yells out, "Do it to Julia!"
All right. And here is our initiative order. Kinsey, you're first. What are you doing?
Flipping them off and running.
All
Wait,
right.
Is Verona taller than me?
Definitely.
Can Verona run and I climb on her?
Verona's still tied up. We haven't busted their bonds yet. Has been kind of a hurry.
I feel like that's just a lack of wanting to. Okay. I run with Verona.
All right. As I understand it, you can run at twice your speed if you do nothing else that turn. Is that what you would like to do?
Yes.
And your speed is what?
6.
6? So you get 12 meters away.
Oh, sorry, 7, because my dexterity has gone up since then.
14 meters away. All right. 1984 is up next. All right. Are you wearing shoes, Elliot?
Yes, I'm wearing whatever shoes come with my full plate armor. Not full plate, full riot gear. I imagine there are some decently strong shoes with that.
All right. 1984 runs up to you, sword bared, and
How does he
demands
know
you
where
take
I am?
off. Oh yeah, you don't have your cloak out yet. That's true. In that case, And the roll to find you gets a -1, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And perception is resolve plus composure,
Wits
or
plus
was it
composure.
what's plus composure?
This is gonna go so badly for me. Oh my god, am I so not prepared for this?
All right. 1984 sniffs the air, taking a deep whiff of the air around him before you can feel his eyes center on you, Elliot. He comes up to the area where you're at, still looking for the exact area where you are, sword drawn. I only smell one of you. Take off your shoes and you may leave alive.
What, fetish much?
Okay, so just to clarify, he hasn't found me yet, yeah?
He has rolled successfully to detect you, but considering that you're using supernatural concealment and he's not, I'm ruling that he knows where you are in about a 3-foot radius.
Thankfully, you only have 2 feet, Jeff.
Luckily, it's really a very mundane thing to need to go do. The need to go put your armor away, and I'm not currently being observed. I'm going to activate Brownie's Boon and spend, I'm going to say 3 glamour and run to go put my armor away in my closet.
Across town?
Yeah. Nobody can see me.
How does Brownie's Boon work?
I'm not going to allow that because you're definitely going to be seen at some point running across town with super speed.
Fair enough. Tried. It was worth a shot.
Are you sure? He's still cloaked.
I don't think I can stay within vision of you that entire time if I'm running at super speed. It was worth a shot, though. As far as it goes, though, I think actually we've got a bunch of garbage scattered around here, though. I think I'm going to go throw it in a dumpster outside of someone's vision. Is that good enough for you?
Fine, that's good enough for you, for me.
I'm going to go throw it in the dumpster behind that building over there, whichever one he was sniping from.
Alrighty.
And gonna spend the 2 glamour to do that 4 times as fast. That should have him lose track of me. And that means he's got 2 different people he's going to be trying to follow, and he doesn't know which of us has Verona.
Alright, well, that's your action for the round.
Some point at this, I'm going to lose stuff because we're running in opposite directions. So, good luck.
Alright. Let's see. So the other bookbinders are looking as well. Wits plus composure, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So, 100 years of solitude and great expectations seem to figure out roughly the area where you were. They joined 1984. The most dangerous game doesn't seem to notice you, but does continue looking around. With that, let's go back to Kit. Kit, you were shot with a musket ball of cold iron.
Right.
You're now one rooftop away from the Grim Hunter as he reloads his rifle. What will you do?
Okay.
We can't go away until you've taken him down. Categorically. You shot him, he shot you.
Yes.
So
He's accepted.
Conspiracy.
Give me a sec here. Let me.
I can't until next round.
Right.
I'm sorry.
It's all good. I got to you a little late on that.
For viewers, we have a secret players only chat so that we can make plans without Kenny stymieing them on accident.
Okay.
Supposedly.
What's on the rooftop with me?
You are not on the rooftop. You jumped off.
I jumped to another rooftop.
Mhm. All right, so this rooftop is got not much on it, but a small knee-high maze of ducting.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to do something very ridiculous.
All right.
In one hand, I'm holding the rifle as best as I can. And in the other one, I pull out a pen. Okay. I'm going to try to use the bauble.
Did you pay the experience cost to add it as a token to your sheet?
I did not.
You cannot use it.
Okay. Never mind then.
Do you have any experience free that you could do that?
No.
It was 3. All right, and then I'm sorry, but you can't do that.
Can
Okay.
I crystallize an experience and give it to him?
Not
at
we're
the
in
moment.
different. Not at the moment. Fine. Okay. So, unfortunately, there's not much that I can really do here, except for continue to try and shoot and keep going. So I'm going to turn and try and shoot the rifle out of the huntsman's hands.
All right. I am going to say for that, you'll be shooting at a -5 penalty.
Okay. So it's gonna put me down to a 4, and then I'm going to willpower. And since Kit isn't really thinking about what he's doing and just reacting, can I get a shot back or a willpower back with the I cannot say the word dynamo?
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
That's your needle, correct? Because your
Yes.
thread would be all of them.
Yeah, my thread is family. All right. 2 successes, so that'd be 6 before their stuff.
Alrighty. You shoot the rifle out of the Grim Huntsman's hand. Let's see. That sends it skittering across the roof. You can see a crack in the rifle that glows with the dim green light of fairy. The Grim Hunter's face contorts in anger as his mount disappears and he scrabbles for the rifle.
Okay.
It takes him the full round to get it back.
So that was my shot. Am I, if I don't move, can I take a second shot?
No, that doesn't work the other way around. You
Okay.
can. You've done your action. Do you wish to move?
Get to cover.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of hunker down behind one of the ducks and get get behind some cover.
You've got whatchamacallit, +2 to your stealth rolls for a reflexive hide if you would like to. You've broken his line of sight if he's scrabbling for his weapon.
Yeah, I'll let you do the reflexive hide roll. That'll be dexterity plus stealth.
At a +2.
You've got the +2, so yes.
So that's an effective. Yeah, it's worth a shot.
If you can't shoot back,
3 successes.
All right, so Kit dives behind the ducting, scrunching down as hard as he can. You are fully concealed. The Grim Hunter stands back up. He pointedly does not load his rifle. You hear him laugh. Okay, little rabbit, this is the game that you wish to play. I would like to explain to you. I have cold iron bullets, but I do not need to use them. This, he says, hefting his rifle, is my panoply. A part of me as sure as my beard or my rope. That means it never runs dry. He picks a spot of the roof at random and fires. So give me a chance die here, Kit, and see if he exposes your cover. He blows away part of the ducting, but he shoots nowhere near you. He summons up his horse and makes the leap over to the other roof. He looks around but still can't find you. He shoots another part of the ducting on random. Make another chance roll. He shoots away the ducting that you are hiding behind. He smiles. I see you, little rabbit. Yes, Jeff?
does that mean that it's Tibbs's turn now?
Yes.
Okay. Where is he on the roof?
He is on the far corner from you.
Is he near the edge?
Yeah, just standing on the edge on the horse where he leaped across.
Okay.
He-
Sorry, go ahead.
He has not advanced.
Okay. Second verse, same as the first. I'm going to try and shoot his rifle again, but this time I'm going to try and pop it up and back. See if I can get it off the roof.
All right.
So same penalty?
Yes.
It's 1 success. So that'd be 5 damage.
All right. Roll me a chance die real quick.
1 success. That's an 8.
All right. The shot hits the rifle and sends it careening over the roof. The huntsman rears back and yells in fury. The horse disappears. He takes the rope around his neck and yanks. The noose unravels, and he holds it in both hands. I tire of this game, little rabbit. You feel
So go ahead.
you feel the weird turn around you as the Grim Hunter begins to work the dread magic of the huntsman.
Okay.
All right. So he is using the dread power inescapable snare. The huntsman creates a snare that entraps the victim. It can take any form depending on the shape that it depending on the shape the verderer assumes and the nature of the fey title it carries. Sticky webs, paralyzing arcs of lightning, a chilling shout, or just a good old-fashioned net. By spending one glamour, the huntsman denotes an area of up to 10 square meters and can attempt to grapple any victims in the area using the snare, using its own attributes and skills with a +3 bonus to the dice pool. The bonus increases the +5 if it uses one of its panoply tools as the snare. The huntsman's snare counts as iron for the purposes of negating the effects of fey magic, such as portaling and contracts. So that will be strength. Let's see. Bear with me as I make the roll.
Yeah.
Since he is using his panoply, he gets 8 again. 6, exceptional success. And yes, huntsmen can potentially grapple someone by yelling.
Oh boy.
The rope snakes around the roof and grabs you by the ankle. You can feel the burning touch of iron. All right, so grapple rules here, folks. Bear with me just a moment. Instant and contested. So give me a strength plus brawl roll to see if you're truly grappled.
Can I argue strength and athletics?
I'll allow it.
Hey.
You need to get 6 or more.
Okay.
Let us pray.
Got willpower on that. It's 3. Oh man. Okay.
You are grappled. The grapple has begun. All right. So, since the grapple has begun, let's roll again here, and we'll see which one wins this roll and what happens next. So, make the same roll, and so will the Grim Hunter. Sorry.
Two successes. Sorry.
So congratulations, you've won the grapple rule this round.
Okay. So I'm grappling him?
So what happens here? With the original grapple, he used the option to to begin a grapple on you. You won this time, so you have a thing that you can do. The grapple rules are on page 85.
Page 85?
You can the action he did was grab. So on a success, that starts a grapple. You can choose one of the options on page 185. Grab, take one action. Break free, control weapon, damage, disarm, drop prone, hold, restrain, or take cover.
So
The Grim Huntsman specifically does not count as a changeling, correct?
Specifically, yes.
Excellent.
Okay. Control weapon.
All right. Take firm hold of the weapon, either your character's or her opponent's. Lasts until the character's opponent chooses control weapon. Required for other grapple options.
can I ask a quick question before you go through with that?
Hmm.
Kenny, is this thing made of iron, or did it count as iron for the purposes of inescapable snare?
It simply counts as iron for the purposes of inescapable snare. It is not actually a rope made of iron.
It's worth asking.
Thank you for clarifying. So
Because
yeah,
if you were going to grab the iron thing, I would tell you to break free. Yeah. Hello.
okay.
So our background is falling over.
So while that is just fixing that, yeah, I'm going to try and take control of the rope that he's using for this.
All right. So you currently have control of the weapon. Since he does not have the panoply, that means he will not get 8 again or even 10 again until he gets control back.
Beautiful. And my turn comes up before his.
All right. So roll. He got 3. Let's see who wins this time.
Oh, we're still going?
Yep. You didn't break out of the grapple, so you're still grappling.
Okay.
2. He wins. He chooses control weapon. So he's got control of his rope again.
Okay. Okay. All right. Do we keep going?
Yes.
Okay.
Make your roll, and he will make his. I'm working on it.
2 successes.
Sorry, it just takes a little time to get to 8 again on.
Yeah.
All right. 9 successes, an exceptional success. On an exceptional success,
he gets 2 choices.
He gets 2 choices. So, let's see. He chooses to restrain you. You have suffered. He chooses hold and restrain. He has immobilized you, and you have the immobilized tilt.
No, I don't. I'm a changeling.
This rope counts as iron. You are tied in the rope. The Grim Hunter tosses you over his shoulder. You fought well, little rabbit, but our Lord will be very happy to see you. Come, you must gather your friends. With you over his shoulder, he hops off the roof. All right, back to the others.
I text Clara.
All right, what do you put then?
Fighting Grim Huntsman, have human, need help.
Alrighty.
Maybe a location?
And I send her I add her on Google Maps.
So now she has your address. Let's see.
She can follow along with where I'm at.
You get a very hurried OMW reply.
All right. So I said I was moving to the building that was over by where our sniper was, which is adjacent to the building that he is currently captured atop, if I understand correctly, and I've just thrown away some garbage.
Can I clarify?
Yes, but you hold on. Yes, Kinsey?
Just to clarify, before we go any further, I want to send back a text that says, "Send help, do not come yourself."
All right. Done. So that being said, Elliot, you are fourth in the order. Kinsey acts first, 1984, and Great Expectations acts next. So they're going to make a wits plus composure check to find you. Bear with me. Their wits and composure is the same thing, so this will be good. "1984 sniffs at the air again and grips the robe of Great Expectations. I smell him this way." And they come over to the building where you're at. They have both expended their movement by getting over here and their action by looking for you. So it is now your turn, Elliot.
All right. Well, I'm not going to be able to evade them forever, and I'm pretty sure I've broken line of sight with my friend here, so I'm probably just visible now. So, given
True.
that, yeah.
You know what? Let's be nice here. Give me a chance roll to see if you can still see Kinsey, because Kinsey did not say specifically they were running any further, which means they're only 14 meters away.
24, because I forgot to add the +5 that goes to speed.
Okay, let's say that 24 then. That's still very much possibly within eyesight.
All right. I'm not going to complain about a chance to still be hidden. Nope. Absolutely
All
fucking
right.
not.
Elliot pops back into visibility. Too late for them to attack you.
You chose wrong! By the way, could I get that 1 lethal damage on these two that have closed in on my position?
Yes, that makes perfect sense. So your glass arcs out at them and cuts them as they come closer.
All right.
1 lethal damage to each of them.
Okay. I'm not good at attacking people physically, other than the glass, of course. But I am good at being an absolute fucking monster. Thief of Reason. These are changelings. And the thing that changelings have that nobody else does in this game is a clarity score. On page 150, if you're playing along at home, Thief of Reason is a royal contract that allows me to attack their clarity directly, using presence plus subterfuge.
All right.
I harness the memories of feeling drunk. And I don't mean having consumed alcohol, I mean being consumed. And let them feel that go through their bodies. Presence plus subterfuge plus weird. What is their resolve?
Let's see. 1984 has a resolve of 3. Great Expectations has a likewise resolve of 3.
All right. Well, let's get at 1984 out of the field if I can. It would be nice. And somehow I don't think a bookbinder is going to have the highest clarity score on the face of the planet, since I imagine all all that bookbinding shit probably does a fair bit of clarity damage over the course of time. Anyways, so that's a 6. I'm gonna go with a 9 with my second to last willpower. Hi, I've just drawn aggro for my friends, put myself in a ridiculous amount of danger, and I have no weapons in my person. May I please refresh using my thread of family? Sorry, not family, friends.
Makes sense to me.
I refresh my entire willpower gauge.
She's about to knock over your background again.
I love you, Colada. I need you to not do that.
All right.
So enjoy that 2 swing at your clarity and mild clarity damage.
Hold on just a moment. You have roll the successes achieved on the invocation roll as a dice roll to attack the target's clarity. If the target suffers clarity damage as a result, you also lose a willpower point for the sudden psychic shock. If this contract targets a non-changeling, the damage to the target's equivalent trait is temporary and vanishes at the end of the scene. But that's not all, folks. Successfully dealing clarity damage with Thief of Reason is a breaking pool with 4 dice. Still not all. Successes rolled on the clarity attack as an elemental adds the changeling weird for the purposes of determining the clarity damage pool. So roll 2 plus weird to see exactly how much clarity damage you're dealing.
Come on. Just this once. 1. I'll make my my clarity check in a second. But this is what I can do right now.
All right, so that's 1 mild clarity damage to 1984. Give me a chance die roll real quick.
Six.
All right, so you lash out, sending your memories hurtling at 1984. So 1980, you see him immediately step back and waver. He grips his head and starts screaming. It takes a moment before he comes back to himself. During this time, his mask is not slightly askew and he is able to fix it. But you do get a quick glimpse of a beak beneath.
Thank you.
All right. So 100 Years of Solitude and The Most Dangerous Game are up next.
Pleasure serving with everyone.
Only one of them is after you. The other is after Kenzie, who is still invisible. So the Most Dangerous Game runs up over to the area where he's after he hears 1984's cries. Seeing you, he immediately runs towards you with sword drawn. What's your defense and armor rating, please?
So, Lex, your defense is the lower of your dex or your wits plus your athletics.
Okay.
You chose to pick up, I think it was Kevlar or jacket, so you didn't have any penalties to your defense from your armor.
Okay, so 4. And I've got Kevlar, so
What is?
1-3.
Didn't I say that this is Elliot who gets attacked, not Kenzie? I'm sorry.
Oh, my
That's what I
apologies.
thought.
My apologies, I misunderstood. So my defense is going to be 6 minus 2 is 4, and I've got an armor of, I believe.
So your defense is 4?
Yes, my defense is 4.
All right.
And I've an armor of 3-5.
All right. Roll those bones. So the sword lashes out at you, but the riot armor you have underneath your clothes takes the full brunt of the damage.
Thank God.
Meanwhile, the final bookbinder, the most dangerous game, is still looking for Kinsey.
Pretty shit hunter.
He sees your footprints and makes his way towards you. You're 24 meters away, and speed, bear with me, is 12. So he gets halfway towards you. He's tracking your footprints, so he will be able to get to your full location. He will not be able to see you, but he'll be able to swipe out that area with a sword. So keep that in mind. All
Are
right.
we not on pavement?
Yes, but after everything that you were walking on, your shoes are not squeaky clean. You were in a filthy, moldy store.
Is there a puddle nearby?
We can talk about that on your next turn.
Okay.
So, at this moment, you hear a thump from above. Well, not from above, from the street. The Grim Hunter lands on the road and looks around beside him. Elliot and Kinsey, you both see that Kit is tied up across his shoulder. No need to fret, my colleagues, he says. Let us get the others. He looks around for his gun. So, Kit, can you roll initiative for me now that we're part of the scene?
Yeah. So it's 1 plus so 19.
All right, you got 19, which means you act before Kinsey. I mean, after Kinsey.
Okay.
And the Grim Hunter rolled 13, which means he acts between Great Expectations and Elliot. So, top of the initiative order. Kinsey, first off, roll me one chance die.
Four.
All right. So what do you do?
Elliot, did you have a question first?
For the purposes of the summer bargain, has our comrade been incapacitated?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I needed to hear.
I just keep running, correct?
If you wish. Do you wish to do something else, or do you wish to keep running?
Elliot, do I keep running?
Do you think that you can save me from all of this, or do you think that getting this person out of here and getting backup is more likely to be successful? I think we are outnumbered, especially with Kit down. I can be hard to hurt and I can make some noise and I can keep this going, but right now that's all I got. This has gone to hell.
So will you keep running, or will you do something else, Kenzie?
Flux capacitors. Okay. Um, You know what? I do the unexpected. With I burn through the ropes because I've got a grapple on Verona, correct?
Yes.
I burn through the ropes with my Kiss Blessing. And I run back at the fuck who's chasing me.
Alrighty. So you'll be meeting him at where he is.
With brass knuckles to the face.
All right. If you want to attack him, that means you'll be making strength plus brawl. He gets his defense -6.
Can I argue dexterity plus brawl because I will be jumping through the air?
Do you have fighting finesse?
I do.
Then yes.
Two successes. Specialty and grapple to grab at his face.
All right. That'll be 2 lethal damage, and roll me a chance die real quick. Oh, are you going to grapple him or are you going to attack him? Because if you attack him, then that's 2 lethal damage. If you grapple him, you have him grappled.
I would like to have him grappled.
Okay, he takes no damage, but you are grappling him.
You still want the chance die?
Yes. All right, his mask does not move. All righty. Next in the action order.
I believe that's me.
That will be Kit. Kit, roll me a chance die.
No. That's
All right.
okay.
Hold on just a moment, actually.
Okay. All right.
All right, since Verona has been freed, she is added to combat with a 16. She will act between Great Expectations and the Grim Hunter. So, you are tied up across the Grim Hunter's shoulders.
Yes.
What do you want to do?
Okay.
Bear in mind, your options are narrowed.
Yes.
Fight him.
I do not have use of my arms, correct?
Nope.
Do I have use of my legs?
Give me a quick moment to check and see if Inescapable Snare has any supernatural effects, because it otherwise you would.
Is as far as I can, from what you were saying before, I can't use contracts in addition to the immobilized stuff.
Yep. Since it works as iron and you are basically tied up in iron, basically, that means you cannot use any fey magic.
Okay.
But your legs are free.
Okay. So have you guys ever seen when Winnie the Pooh gets stuck in the holes?
Yes.
So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing my legs up and use them to push myself out of the huntsman's arm. So strength plus dex.
Yep, at a -5 because you are tied the hell up.
Damn. I cannot. I failed.
All right, that failed. Sorry, Kit, but you thrash around, but the Grim Hunter has a strong grip on you. He
GG,
pats,
guys.
he pats you and says, "Be patient, my little rabbit. We will be seeing our Lord again soon."
I do my best to spit in his face.
1984 acts next. Let me roll a chance die. All right. So, behind the mask, 1984 glowers at Elliot. He draws his sword, and you can see the light gleam on the notes on each on the filigree on the side. This could have been simple, he says. It could have been, but you wanted to make this hard. Okay, let's do this. Elliot. Bear with me a moment.
Shut your beak.
I'm amazed he didn't call you smelly it with that level of freaking maturity.
I thought you looked familiar.
You see you see 1984 pull a match out of his pocket, light it, and shove it behind his mask. Briefly, nothing happens until flames shoot out from his robes and enravel him. He casts Primal Glory.
Hi! So I have a question. Am I now on fire?
No,
So he's not an elemental.
nope. He is not an elemental.
Really? A firebird? Like, do you have anything creative going on in that skull of yours? Even the most basic book that you could have gone for?
You hear him growl as he approaches. He is within arm's reach of you, but he's already taken his action and cannot act again this turn. All right.
And
Next in the action order.
Mark Lethal.
That's also true, because that was not a smart thing he did. All right, 1984. Take the lethal damage. All right. You hear an angry shout and smell smoke. All of you. So first off, I am going to roll a chance die.
I want you all to know that I love you guys to fucking death, and that's why I'm gonna do the stupid thing this turn instead of the smart thing.
I swear to God, if you get your character killed, I will murder you in person.
It's not yet your turn. I know it takes me a minute to roll. All right, that's one success. All right. Elliot,
Yes.
You see Verona running up towards you with a sword made of smoke in her hand. She screams as loud as she can as she drives it into the back of 1984.
I mean, I'm okay with this, but I was not expecting that.
She growls, "Run, glass man!" All right. I was wrong in Great Expectations should act, but they will act now. Great Expectations is going to attempt to grapple Verona. Let's see how well that happens. Yes?
We fulfilled the pledge by rescuing Verona.
Yes.
Okay.
Boy, it's nice to get that off the finger.
All right. Bear with me. I'm taking a look real quick at some character sheets. All right. Great Expectations grabs Verona by the waist and yanks. Verona is successfully grappled. So the Grim Hunter acts next. He locks eyes on his rifle and heads over to it and picks it up. With it in hand, he fumbles to load a cold iron bullet with the other. This is difficult and takes the full round. Elliot?
Okay.
Oh, and I forgot to make a chance roll. Elliot, make a chance roll real quick. Then tell me what you're going to do.
I succeeded. Does it change anything before I start talking?
All right. Yes, it does. You hear a roar in the wind. Briefly, it becomes two roars. The roar of a motorcycle and the roar of a lion.
Yes!
You see Leo riding in on a motorcycle, his giant sword in one hand. He smashes directly into the Grim Hunter. Kit, I'm going to need to ask you to give me a dexterity plus athletics -3 roll because you are tied up and now you have been sent flying by the motorcycle, hitting the guy you are tied up to.
Roll like you've never rolled before, my dude. Did you willpower?
No.
Then willpower.
The gods have spoken.
Yep.
All right. You take 1 lethal damage as you roll across the street, your face getting full of pavement.
Does he unroll from the chain?
He's tied up with a rope.
Is the rope still in the Grim Huntsman's hands?
No.
And then I have only one possible action.
I'm in control of it now.
No,
Perfect.
you're tied up. I need to untie you. Fuck off for a second.
Yeah, it's still Elliot's turn. You needed to roll because you, the guy holding you, just got hit by a motorcycle.
Hi. How far away is Kit from me?
10 meters.
Okay. That's close enough, I'm pretty sure.
What's your speed?
Surrounded. No. Just a second. Okay. Damn it. Not close enough. So I'm gonna have to run over to him. However, it doesn't matter whether I can get close enough. My speed is 5 plus 3 plus 1 is 9, so I can get close enough to use my seeming blessing. I am surrounded by glass by the nature of primal glory. I am able to act at 3 meters for mundane actions using that glass. The glass pushes the rope open enough for him to free his hands. You are unimmobilized. I will make whatever roll is necessary to make that true.
Yeah, please roll me dexterity plus weird.
Sure. Fuck. Whatever. I don't know. Third base. I just refilled my willpower gauge, and this has to happen. Yes, you are free, potentially.
All right. Elliot has freed Kit. That said, with what has just happened, 100 years of solitude in the most dangerous game, both immediately turn and run towards the nearest window, upon which one of them casts a contract and they both run into the reflective surface and disappear.
However, 1984 can't leave.
Kinsey, it's your turn. Actually, bear with me just a moment. Kinsey, before you act, we need to roll another initiative.
Lion Daddy coming in strong.
When all else fails, the most important thing to do is have better fucking air support than your enemy.
Fuck, man. I thought, oh god, I thought I was gonna have to roll up a new character.
Hey, Tibbs? Get you
Yeah.
another gun. Any gun.
Oh, I'm gonna start dropping XP into Brawl.
Oh, I was just going to say, maybe get you a handgun that doesn't have a -4 when some dude's sitting on your balls.
Okay, let's.
All right, Leo rolls 6 for initiative. He will lack to the end of the order. In fact, since he just arrived, no, Kenzie, it's your turn.
Okay, the guy I was fighting is no longer there, correct?
That's correct. He took the hell off. The only ones left are Great Expectations in 1984.
Wait, didn't you have him grappled? Or am I mistaken?
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah,
Yes, you're right. You did have him grappled. He attempts to run, but he isn't able to. So that means that the most dangerous game is still here.
Good. I'd like to knock him prone.
I think it's a grapple check.
Alrighty. Yep, that will be. So roll your dexterity plus brawl. He'll be rolling strength plus brawl.
I'm going to use a willpower.
You got 2 successes. I don't advise you to roll again unless you think you can really truly think you can get more than 2 successes.
Oh no, I used a willpower to get up to 11.
Okay, fair enough. All right, bear with me a moment. I'm going back to the grapple rolls. All right, so your options. He's grappled. He lost the check. Do you want to, well, you don't want, do you want to break free and end the grapple? Control a weapon, in this case, your brass knuckles. Do damage, disarm, drop prone, hold, restrain, or take cover.
Whichever one gets him on the ground.
So drop prone. You throw the most dangerous game to the ground, and you are on top of him. This will require the break free action from either of you to stand back up. All right, Kit.
Yeah.
I'll be back. I'll be back, but I'm not taking off my headset. Tell me what you're doing, Kit.
Okay. So the huntsman went way off to the side. And I have Elliot right next to me. Did the uh did the bookbinder did one of the bookbinders get away?
Yes.
One of the bookbinders has gotten away.
All but the one that Kinsey's on, correct?
And 1984. 1984 can't leave.
And Great Expectations. 3 of the bookbinders are still here. 1984 and Great Expectations did things during their time the accident.
Okay.
Okay. Did the huntsman drop any of his either of his rifle or his rope?
He necessarily dropped the rope. You're
Oh
tied
yeah,
up in
yeah.
it.
Did he drop the rifle?
He did not drop the rifle.
Sorry, was that?
He did not drop the rifle, but he did knock about 50 meters down the road.
Okay. And you said there's reflective surfaces around me, right?
Window, yeah.
Okay. I am going to activate the mirror walk. I'm going to toss the rope in and then close it.
He can teleport his panoply back to him, dude. That's not going to be worthwhile.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would suggest more likely, like, actually, we should probably close ranks with Lex and deal with the one they're on, because it looks like Leo's got the other one.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to move over to the one that Kinsey has on the ground. I'm going to put my rifle right in his mouth and tell him to hold still.
All right, you do so. Give me a chance die briefly.
Okay. Nothing.
While you knock the mask askew, you cannot see enough of his face to make a determination.
Okay.
But the most dangerous game is now on the ground with a rifle in their mouth. So, 1984's turn.
Hey, Big Bird. Hey, Big Bird.
All right.
Holly, want a cracker?
This having been done, you would imagine from his vibe right now that he is surprised. Well, you can't see his face. His body language said it. He looks around to both sides at the sword made of smoke piercing him. Then says, "Fuck." You feel the weird twist around you as 1984 turns into a pigeon and flies away. All right. Great
Sorry.
Great Expectations and Verona are in a grapple. Great Expectations throws Verona to the floor, to the street ground, and gets on top. Verona is going to attempt to break free.
You mean she wants to break free?
She wants to break free.
And Verona fails. From far down the road, you can see where the motorcycle hurtled directly into the Grim Hunter and knocked him to the ground. Without getting up, the Grim Hunter steadies his rifle, and shoots at the rider. All right, bear with me a moment. Leo Rex takes 5 aggravated damage and 4 lethal. 3 lethal. Oh, 4 aggravated and 1 lethal. Sorry, I was not counting correctly. All right. We'll wrap this up as soon as possible because we're getting to end time. Elliot, your turn.
All right. I feel like the one who's fighting Verona needs to have something else to be paying attention to. He's not going to be in a real position to defend himself all that well. So I'm going to go up and rip his mask off.
All right.
If you want, I can Touch of Wrath this, but I feel like it's just a mask. I think it should come away with a tug.
All right, so that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
All righty. Bear with me. So, you rip the mask off, rate expectations. When you do so, you see a familiar face blinking at you in the light. For some reason, my folders are not. There we go. The green face and thorn brush hair of Jack's bodyguard, Holly, looks back up at you.
Hi. You'll never, ever be safe again.
All right.
Give up and I'll let you run.
All right, the most dangerous game's turn is next. He does nothing as per what Kit says. Leo's turn. The wounded lion coughs up blood, but stands up, hefting his 6-foot-long sword and puts it directly through the body of the Grim Hunter. The Grim Hunter dissipates into mist and thorns. Leo immediately falls over, apparently unconscious. Alrighty. Kenzie, your turn.
I take off his mask.
The most dangerous games?
Yep. And I stare at his goddamn face when I do so.
All right. You don't recognize the changeling. Bear with me here as I work on this briefly. You look directly into the shining silver eyes of a changeling you've never met. You do smell fresh spring air around him, and his teeth, you notice, are all razor sharp. He sparkles with the light of stars.
So are you gonna run? Are you gonna wait here for me to keep pressing you down to the road, or can I just take you in now?
He doesn't appear to be able to speak with the gun in his mouth. All right. With this being done, all right, everybody. So the combat's basically done. Holly gets up and runs towards a window, disappearing into the mirror realm as well.
A text goes out to Lucerne within seconds of her breaking contact with me, with a brief explanation of who exactly we just found out wore what mask and where they're likely headed.
So with that, we'll be ending for the evening. So, Kit has been rescued. Verona has been rescued. The most dangerous game has been captured. Great Expectations has been unmasked as Holly. So let's go do aspirations, everybody, and close out for the night.
Sorry for keeping everybody.
So I cleared the immobilized condition.
Yep.
Do I get beat?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay, I'll go first. I think I took a step towards convincing a cat to join Royal Flush.
Yes.
I have not outed the liar. We did save Verona, so I do have from Ancient Grudge Break to New.
Was there a specific liar you were trying to out? Because Holly has been unmasked, and so has another bookbinder.
Good call. Yes, I'll take that. So step and clear. We saved Verona, so my third aspiration is done. I got a flak jacket, I got the jacket and the knuckles, so I did Kit up. And I helped a friend.
All righty. Elliot.
Fulfill my oath. You said it yourself. Step and clear. Find a way to survive getting shot. Well, I've got some very nice armor that prevented me from taking damage. I'm gonna step and clear. Find out more about the bookbinders. Yeah, a lot. A whole hell of a lot today. I'm going to step on that one because I still want to find out who 1984 was because he was probably in charge. Hunt the Hunter. We got in touch with the Hunter and fought him and got the stuff we were after. That was what I was going after, so clear that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got another lead on becoming a major player in spring, so I'd like another step towards that.
Yes.
Awesome. That's a load of XP.
Okay. So, in downtimes, I got I got Jeremy and his niece a place to live, so I'm going to step and clear that. Then did not make it any progress towards naming the horse. And also in downtimes, I was able to get a better rifle, so Steppen cleared that one. I have not made any progress towards teaching the kid to ride horses, and I think I have illustrated that I am competent enough at using a cell phone, so I'm going to clear that one as well.
Alrighty. So, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close out for the night. Remember, again, Onyx Path game night last Friday of every month. We just finished February's last week, but we have another one coming up at the end. Thanks for viewing, everyone. At the end of March, thanks for viewing, everyone, and you guys have a great night.